You're listening to the Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, absolute proof that you need to be super duper duper careful about what you name your pets. I left my windows open for the recording session so that I could hear the rain gently falling down. Eat your heart out, Marcy, in the desert of Arizona.
Guess what? It's raining here.
Oh, never mind. Can I just start by saying there is no better feeling that I can think of off the top of, okay, there are better feelings, but one of the great feelings you get in this world is the finding out that something in your home or your computer or your car that's been totally driving you crazy for maybe years, that you thought was your fault somehow, that you did wrong somehow, that you messed up somehow, was totally not your fault, and was, in fact, a fault of the manufacturers or the equipment itself. So there, and your little dog too. And that feels good, doesn't it?
That's not nice to say about my youngest child.
Okay.
So
Good one there. Hope she listens.
Thank you.
Did you hear that, youngest child?
she doesn't listen. That's why I can say it.
Yeah, well, it got out a little bit on the wrong side there. What was that? That little children's rhyme. You made it a little bit oddly, and so that's how I ended up. It'll come to me. And 3 o'clock this morning, I will remember the children's rhyme.
Oh, well, make sure and call me.
3 in the morning.
It'll only be one here.
Yes, I will. So for years, I've been wondering, I mean, ever since I got this darn computer and possibly before that, why every time I saved something, it did the equivalent of opening up the closet without even looking. Have you done this? You open up your closet, you don't even look. People are coming, you sling a bunch of crap in there, you slam the door. I think we've had this discussion. Yes, you do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Drawers. Just open up any random drawer, shove your bra, your tights,
anything
your
with space underneath it.
Yeah, and it goes, right. Well,
Yeah.
For years, until finally something went so wonky with the computer that I had to call a dear friend. I mean, really, I'm so lucky in my friends. This is another thing. If I were God, I would let people, you know how when you go to one of those, well, you don't go to an all-you-can-eat sushi thing, but maybe a Chinese restaurant. Have you been to one of those places where you check what you want off the menu?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want the dumplings. Right. So I think that if I were God, I would let everybody check a list of what kind of friends they could use in the world once they're born.
Okay.
I would definitely check someone who's really good with dogs, someone who would give me advice on raising kids. Ideally, somebody who's just loves to pick up the tab for lunch while we're at it.
Well, that's the rich people. Check off tab.
Oh, not all the rich people are into that. Just make sure you know this. I know plenty.
The right kind of rich people.
The right kind of.
Not the Elon Musk kind of rich.
Or even just people who are generous, so that when you're out of work, which happens a lot in radio, they just say, you're out of work, it's on me. Those people. And
Really?
I've been lucky with all of that. And I'm also very lucky that my friends know a lot of stuff that I don't know, and they're much smarter than I am. So this computer thing's been driving me wonky. And I volunteered to help out in the synagogue kitchen the other day, and I said that I had left nearly in tears because the computer was behaving so horribly that it was hiding things from me. Okay, so now imagine you throw all that stuff in the closet, and then you get locked out of it, and you can't get your clean underwear or your socks or your shoes or your tights. That's what the computer was doing. It's like, I'm on, but I'm not going to show you anything I have. Ha, 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 ha. Good luck.
And now, are you overloaded? Is it just flowing?
I'm not even going to bother.
Like when I move my couch.
And you look under the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check off the list of friends, people who don't look under your couch. That's a good one. Make sure. People who don't look
all my friends know better.
Yeah. Don't look too closely at the bathroom counters. Don't look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things.
Don't open any drawers.
Don't open, God forbid, open any drawers. I learned that from the Israelis. You can't say make yourself at home to Israelis, because then they really do make themselves at home and then open up your drawers, because that's what that means there. You don't say that to people unless you really mean, hey, if you need some socks, open up my drawer, help yourself to socks. That's right. So I mentioned this, and one of we have great friends. And this particular friend said, I'll come over and help. And this particular friend, this would be like asking Mario Andretti to fix your lawnmower, okay?
Yeah, okay. That's a reference, Mario Andretti.
How many Indies did he win? Indy 500? How many
I
times?
don't know.
Like a
I think
zillion.
he's dead.
Zillion.
He's
I know, but you're getting my point. This would be
I'm
like
getting your point.
this
Yes,
would be
I'm
like
getting your point.
this would be like inviting Sting to your kid's birthday party to sing happy birthday to you.
Yeah, got
Okay, that's the equivalent. And my friend, the computer person, who's the equivalent of Sting, what Sting is to performing arts and music, what Mario Andretti was to the world of Formula One, he is to computers and all things computer. And other things like astrophysics and just things that I know they exist, but I don't quite know what they are. So I do know what astrophysics is. I just don't know any of it. So he said, I'll come over and help. And yesterday he spent, I don't know, some uncountable, well, he could count them, but I can't count them because he's the astrophysicist and I can't count. But he would know how many hours he spent. And then he came back today. The thing yesterday that we found out was that for some inexplicable reason, the thing that's supposed to help me save stuff from my computer was doing the equivalent of, hamsters, how they have a pouch in their cheek.
Yep.
And it gets fuller. And you kind of wonder when the hamster's going to blow up. Well,
Yeah.
the thing that was backing up my computer was just kind of getting full. It never belched. It never threw up. It just kept getting fuller and fuller and fuller. And then a bunch of other stuff was wrong. And then on top of that, when I gave it another helping, instead of swallowing the helping that was in its cheek, when I gave it more stuff to back, it just filled up the other cheek. Full. So that was yesterday's problem. So I couldn't really throw anything out because every time I thought I was throwing something out, it just developed more cheek space to throw. It was awful. And so he came and fixed the hamster that was my computer backup thing. And then he showed me how to throw stuff out. And then he reassured me that, just like my favorite line in Walt Disney's Sword in the Stone, it's gone, but then it's not gone. So if it does leave, you can never be sure that it is gone, can you? And then we had some fun showing each other great philosophical lessons we learned from Disney movies. So that was really the kind of thing that you can't get Sting to do when he comes to your kid's birthday party to sing happy birthday to you. No,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I can see you smiling.
Yeah. And then today he came back, and the best news of all, I have, because I'm the one who records this podcast and edits this podcast, I've been mystified by what my computer does with the pieces of the podcast, because again, seemingly it just opens up a closet and slings the pieces in there. And if you want them to come back, you have to say, I remember that I heard this hitting the rack with the shoe boxes on it. Go look by the shoe boxes. And that's not really searching. That's telling it where the F it is. So that's not helping. So he explained to me that two pieces of my computer, the computer itself with its design, and the fancy schmancy, expensive as all get out sound editing software that I use on this and use on my radio work and used on my Bloomberg work and for years, that it had a sneaky thing that it was doing, saying, no, I'm going to have my own closet over here. And I'm not going to tell you that I even have a closet. I'm just going to put things in this closet. And when I know you're looking in the other closet, maybe I'll tell you that I have something for you, and maybe I won't. So for years, I've been banging on the door of the damn closet saying, give me my stuff. And for years, the computer is saying, I'm looking. And then for another couple of years, it said, I give up looking. And meanwhile, the fancy sound editing software is saying, you're not looking hard enough. You're not looking over here. You're not looking by my shoebox. You're looking by the other shoebox. I bet you didn't even know I had a shoebox. And that is what has effed me up for the last few years. And it wasn't my fault. It was not my fault.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you. That was my day.
I love anything that's not my fault. Okay, so
Yes.
I have to tell you this really bad story, and it's really short.
No, is
But
it going to
you said
ruin my
Mario
happy day?
Andretti.
It's going to ruin my happy day, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it won't.
Okay.
This is a Mario Andretti story.
Ready.
Okay, so back in the 1980s, I worked in the same building as you, in the Stone Container Building. I worked for United Press International on the 21st floor.
You ran part of United Press International from the 21st floor.
And yeah, I could never look out the windows. I am so afraid of heights. I never went near the windows. Anyway,
you weren't that high up.
2 goldfish.
You were not that high up. You were like on the
21
4th.
is high.
All right, fine.
So, to me, okay, so I had 2 goldfish.
Yes.
Named Mario Andretti and Parnelli Jones.
Who's Parnelli Jones?
He was another racer back in the 80s.
Thank you. Okay.
Because they swam really fast. And so, and I had them for like 5 years. I kept them alive. And my husband at the time called me one night at work and said Mario Andretti was floating at the top.
Ooh.
And yeah, he has to give him a burial at sea.
That's never good. Oh.
And no, well, I had him for 5 years, so
Okay.
I cried a little.
Oh.
Okay. And someone said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Mario Andretti died." Oh my gosh, you should have seen the sports desk. This was a big, giant room where you had like broadcast sports, regular sports. You had all these different divisions. And these guys started crapping their pants. And I'm like, no, it's Mario Andretti, my goldfish.
Didn't you do this with one other famous person that you named something after? Wasn't it
I
like
name everything after famous people.
I know, and then you say they're dead, and then everybody. But this time, in the middle of a newsroom.
Yeah, Mario Andretti does. Don't ask me then. If you don't want to know, don't ask me.
You know, I think we have
yes,
to.
that's my Mario Andretti.
I can't imagine it getting any better than that. Although I will say that I have a new favorite writer. Her name is Barry Cole. She just did a book of poetry that I love because it's very funny. It's called Lacquer is a Thrilling Word. I'm putting a free plug for her book in there because I think she's hilarious. And there is a poem. There is a poem in this book in which a guppy climbs on top of a lettuce leaf that has been put into the tank to nourish the snails, and the guppy cannot be saved.
Oh.
Now I know. These things are tragedy unfolds everywhere. Everywhere there is tragedy. But this is a happy podcast, and today was my happy day. And if you listen closely from the desert where you are, you can hear Chicago's gentle rain.
And you can hear our crazy thunderstorms.
This is usually the part where we thank you and I suggest you buy my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. But we have decided that at least one of you deserves some sort of prize for listening. I have no idea exactly what it will be, but it will feature the words Captain Oblivious on it. And all you have to do to win is send an email to Turi@shebopsproductions.com with a short description of whatever your partner or friend or boss or somebody who ought to be paying attention failed to notice, and your mailing address. Marcy and I will pick out the best one, and that will be the winner. You have until August 31st, 2026 to enter, and you have to live in the USA because I don't send things over borders. Good luck.